Port Jackson willow is an invasive Australian species which is threatening to take over indigenous vegetation in South Africa. It matures rapidly and its seeds germinate after fire, outgrowing most other species. Efforts to eradicate them leave large areas of land bare and with little room to hide. No other snake in Africa compares. A foreboding coffin-shaped head. The Black Mamba. So named for the inky black lining of its mouth. Its sleek olive grey body, comprised of pure muscle, can grow to lengths of over 4 meters, the longest of any venomous snake in Africa. If confronted, its first option is to escape quickly. It bolts away at speeds of up to 20 kilometers per hour, the fastest of any snake on land. Predominantly neurotoxic, which causes respiratory failure and asphyxiation, its venom also contains cardiotoxins, which arrest the heart. Dendrotoxin, found only in the Mamba species, is the fastest acting of all venom components. Symptoms caused by this sinister cocktail manifest so rapidly, locals call it the two-step snake. Legend has it one would walk no further if bitten. The truth is no less chilling. No one has ever survived a bite untreated.
Black Mamba! Got it. It's trying to get down into a hole down here. Yo, this is a big Mamba. Yo, he's made eye contact with me. You can see he's making that hood. He's giving me... It's a big Black Mamba. Look at the size of the snake. Gotta be so respectful of a snake this venomous. You can see they're part of the cobra family. With that hood that they make. Look at that. Wait, whoa. So aware, so alert. One of the most intelligent snakes in Africa. Come on, Black Mamba. Try and get around the front here. Ah. Okay, he's made eye contact with me. I feel kind of safe. He hasn't been too aggressive. Actually, funny thing is I can actually see that there's a bit of a milky secretion over his eyes. He's shedding. So normally these snakes are even double as aggressive when they're shedding. One of Africa's fastest moving snakes and the most venomous snake in Africa and the most feared, the Black Mamba. Now he's obviously been staying inside this pile, coming out to bask in the morning sun to warm up. Might even be a female that's laid eggs. It's difficult to tell, but quite settled. Quite an old snake, quite big. Yo. Okay, he's very aware of what's going on. You can see how he makes a bit of a hood. How he's looking at me, he's climbing back up the pile. When they're shedding, they can't actually see that well. Hey, yo, you see that mouth opening? That's warning me now. They show the inky black side of the mouth, and that tells me he's meaning business. Get away or I'm gonna bite you. A neurotoxic venom, drop for drop, one of Africa's most venomous, and when they bite, they always inject venom, large quantities of venom. So what I want to try and do is just try and calm him down, just to prove that even Africa's most feared snake actually has a sweet side to it. Okay, it's showing off that mouth. It's actually huffing at me. Now this snake could strike at me right now. It's got the range. I could strike about a meter in front of them. But she's kind of focused on just looking at me. But you have to be so careful with the Black Mamba. This is such an impressive moment to sit this close. A bite from this snake in the face, on the neck, you're almost guaranteed to be dead. So she's got all the power right now. These are perfect places for mambas to lay eggs. It's nice and moist, it retains the heat, the fermentation creates a whole process of heat and humidity in there, perfect for eggs. So what they'll do, they'll lay the eggs, they'll come and bask on top here in the morning and go back inside here. And that's obviously what she was doing. She was coming out to have a bit of a bask in the sun and warm up. By far the world's most feared snake. She's a very alert, very thinking, a calculating snake. Trying to calculate what's the next best move. Look at the length of the snake. Hey! You see, she's very aware of my movements. There's a big hole on this side where she wants to try and get down. I want to try and pull her out here. But you'll see, she knows I've got her by the tail now. Try and slowly pull her off. Look at the size of her. Easily 2.5 meters in length. Look at that, she can back up on her own side. So even if I was using a hook stick or a stick, she could still get me. Look at that, making the hood. Look at that, coming to give me an attitude. Look at that. Ooh! Touch on the back of a black mamba. Normally the cobra family you can bring down and put them to sleep. You can see the touch just awakened it to be a bit more aggressive. Okay, let's just gently move you out. Giving her, don't want to be cornered. She's laughing, just warning me. Actually been completely sweet. Oh, she's checking me out. So aware. As soon as the hand comes within that distance, she gets upset. Even though I'm so close to her, she could strike out. Oh. You see that jerky movement? Mambas are famous for that movement from left to right. Look at that. Didn't even open the mouth this time. See, just like any other snake. She's starting to get used to me already now. Opening the mouth. Whoa, whoa. Look at that. You can see she's quite intimidating. She's opening the mouth, telling me that she means business if I push it too far. But other than that, she's quite a sweet lady. Just try and gently touch you on the tail here. Look how aware she is. Yo! It's incredible. And that inky black mouth with that coffin-shaped head does strike fear. I've worked with all of Africa's most dangerous animals, and the black mamba does demand a lot of respect. The reason they demand so much respect is because that one bite can kill up to 15 grown adult men. And they always inject venom. And before anti-venom was made possible, it was 100% fatality when these snakes bite you. And that's why they're so feared right throughout Africa. You can imagine if you live in a rural area in Africa and you got bit by a snake like this, there's almost no chance you're going to make it to hospital. And if they bite you in a main artery or something like that, you're dead within 5 to 10 minutes. So that power alone demands a lot of respect. And when they're born, roughly between 40 and 60 centimeters in length, they can already kill a fully grown adult as they come out of the egg. Phenomenal snake. Fast-moving, intelligent, great eyesight, and they can live up to 20 years comfortably. So incredible specimen. And they can grow record sizes of up to 4 meters. We'd say this one's about 2.5, going on 2.6 meters. So she could even get bigger as she gets older. So you're looking here maybe at like an 8 to 10-year-old snake. When she gets to 18 years old, she could be almost double the size. You have to remember, snakes never stop growing. They just grow less and less as they get older. So she's defending her tail. She feels like there's no point in us moving away fast, so she's defending her tail. So there's no way for me to grab her tail now. She's in a perfect defense position here. So she's defending all sides. You see, no matter what angle I come around, she's got me in her eyesight. So if I come from the front here, look at that movement, look at that power in the body. That is incredible. Oh! She is incredibly fast. You can see that speed. Why are they so famous? It's just a warning. Look at the throat, how she's inflating it. Just warning me. Just warning me. We're making the hood there. Look how she lifts her body up off the ground. Just like a cobra, but 20 times more agile. And almost like a spring-loaded coil that can shoot forward. And you can see that movement there. I cannot grab her. If I grab her by the tail now, she'll get me. It's also all about reading, and look at that movement. All she wants to do is move away. Look at that, yo, she's turning on me now. I trust in her so much that she is not actually over-aggressive. She doesn't want to go out of her way to kill me. The only time people get bit is when they try and kill them. When you corner them and they have no way to escape, then they turn around and they bite. But she's just warning me at the moment. She's inflating the throat and telling me, please leave me alone. Actually, such a small animal can kill something the size of a lion or a buffalo. So that power makes it one of the most feared animals that's ever evolved on this planet. She's so aware. It's all about focus. Look at this. Even though I'm pulling her tail slightly, because I'm so gentle, she's noticed me. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Yo. Look at the length of this black mamba. I'm 186, so you can imagine easily 2.5 meters. I've always wanted to lift one up off the ground, unsupported, just to show. Look at this. Black mamba. Yo. Gotta be so aware. One bite is all it takes. You can see now she's starting to move. Look at that. Look at that. What an impressive snake. Look at that. Look at that. Black mamba. Such a... Whoa. Gotta be so aware with her on. Look at that. Just like any other cobra. She went into that state. She's completely calmed down. You almost put them in that trance. Look at this. I'm actually giving her a rub on the head. That is incredible. She doesn't even see me really as a threat anymore. Look at that. How incredible is that? From showing me that inky black mouth, realizing, calculating that I'm actually not a risk, I haven't harmed her, she's completely settling down. I've dealt with all of the deadliest snakes in Africa, some of the other deadly critters, gone to some of the most dangerous areas where there's buffaloes walking in, and this is the most dangerous of all of them. And with that danger comes a high level of intelligence. And you can see this snake understands something more than, for instance, like a puff adder or some of the other snakes. And she's realized that I've come with her with a good energy. I haven't been overly aggressive. And all she wants to do is go bask and go back into her pile and maybe lay eggs, or maybe she has already laid eggs. I don't know. I'm not going to go dig there or disturb too much. She's given me a spectacular moment. The reason these snakes end up biting people is because they hurt them or they corner them and then they bite out of fear. And you have to remember, each snake has its own personality. So this black mamba, this female, originally looked like she was a bit aggressive, but she's actually quite a sweetheart. I haven't hurt her in any way, and that's why I've gained her trust now. And you can see, look at this. If I come in gently, look at that. I can rub her. Now look at it, if I use a stick and I make a fast movement in front of her, I'll show you the difference. Look at that. You see, just that touch of the stick on the back there, and she got aggressive. I'll come in with the hand, no stick, gently. Absolutely still. gave her all the power, and all she wants to do is move away. Look at that. That is impressive, and I want to leave her to do her thing. This was an amazing journey from the deadliest to the smallest, and they have just incredible. And look, she's going right back to her pile while she'll live the rest of her life out and hopefully have lots of babies. What an incredible animal, and what an incredible journey this has been.
The Green Mamba. These graceful serpents are found in coastal forests on the eastern shores of South Africa. They are smaller and more reclusive than their fearsome cousin, the Black Mamba. However, they are not to be taken lightly. Their venom is a neurotoxic brew. Dendrotoxin, produced exclusively by Mambas, is the fastest acting of all venom varieties. The onset of symptoms is rapid. Swelling around the bite, nausea, dizziness, irregular heartbeat, convulsions, difficulty breathing and swallowing, and ultimately, respiratory paralysis. One bite can kill 10 men. Without immediate medical attention, death is inevitable.
Green Mamba, basking in the sun. Got him. It's a pretty big boy who's close to 2 meters. Incredibly potent neurotoxic venom. He's aware that I've got the back of his tail. The Green Mamba is incredibly venomous. A very potent neurotoxic venom. Now all of these Mambas, you have to give a large amount of respect. Especially out here in the forests, where you're far away from medical help. One bite from the snake, and there would be a lot of trouble. What these Green Mambas can do is they will open their mouth, and they'll give you a warning, and they can even flatten the neck. He's just trying to move off. Trying to grab him, yeah? Look how strong this body is. Easily a 2+ meter snake. Look at this. Okay, I've got him, yeah? Okay, just try and pull him into the stream here so I don't want to fall. Look at the length of the snake. That is incredible. Look at this. Easily 2 meters. Try to be so aware of them, his movements. He looks pretty settled. He looks like he just wants to get away. Look at the strength of him trying to pull. Just trying to get away. Hasn't shown me. Just don't. Let's pull you out there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Oh, he's opening his mouth. He is upset. He is upset. Let's just let you settle down. Yo. Okay. Okay, let him just settle a bit. Doesn't actually want to face me, look at me. He could turn back now. This is quite risky, but I'm gonna see. I've never attempted this before, to try and pick them up mid-body like this. Green Mamba, one of Africa's most feared snakes. He's obviously just freshly shed, and he still has some old pieces of skin left on the body there. That is incredible. One of Africa's most deadliest. Reading his body language here, he seems to be pretty settled, so that's why I can kind of get away with this. But I'm very aware and very alert. Look at that. That is incredible. All he wants to do is move away. Green Mamba. Look at that. Wow. And when I get closer to him, check, he starts opening the mouth there. Look at that beautiful snake. That is incredible. Not even trying to turn back and bite me. He could, he has the opportunity, but he just wants to move away. Now, green mambas will hunt anything from birds, small chameleons, rodents along the waterways, even frogs and toads have been recorded. But actively up here in the trees, they'll hunt down birds and swallow them whole. And with that potent neurotoxic venom, they just need one bite and that bird's not getting away. You can see he's just catching the sun now. Look at the beautiful scales. He's actually got yellow, blues, so like iridescent green. And he's just shed freshly. I want to try something that I've always wanted to do since I was a young boy. Is try and put my hand on the back of a green mamba. He's very focused, he's looking at me eye to eye right now. Now, I believe with any snake, if you come in slow enough and gentle enough and that snake has learned that it's not an aggressive animal trying to attack it, you can touch them on the back of the head. It is a highly risky thing to do and should never be attempted, but it's one of my big passions to prove. Look, he's already getting alert to me coming closer. Just gently try and get behind him there. The vision on the snake is incredible. We go into a trance-like state together. I just want to clear this branch. It's just a bit risky. He could bite me right now if he wanted to. Look at that. So tricky. I'm going to have to come underneath here and face him head on, which I didn't want to do from this height. So aware. He actually looks up with those pupils. Look how he turns his head sideways. Oh, looking at me, looking at me. Just give him a gentle stroke so he feels my touch. Yo.
Kurt's quest isn't over.
Good morning. So you guys come to visit me for the Black Mamba opening the box, and I think we're gonna have to change the blankie as well because they like to poo in the house sometimes. Okay guys, here we got 3 Black Mambas that live inside here. Kill Bill, Fast and Furious. And Fast and Furious are Fast and Furious. Kill Bill has been with us for many years. So he's quite placid, but not to be free handled. But I will show you him because he's quite a size. Okay. Take off the lid. Take off the protective cover. Fold that puppy out nicely. Okay. That distinctive Mamba smell. Morning chaps. Okay, this is their little box. It's all nice and heated and snug as a bug inside there. I'm going to take out that blanket and see if there's any surprises under there. But first I'm going to take out Kill Bill and have a look what a real Mamba looks like.
Oh, it's a sizable Mamba. What length do you reckon he is?
You know, Kurt, I would honestly go close to 3.3 meters. Experts would say maybe 3. Just gently convince him to come out here. A little tickle. You might want to stand a little bit more back because this is a long 3 meters. Okay, you good? Whoopsie. Okay, that is a sizable Black Mamba. It's a very nervous snake.
It's a big snake.
Quick to move off and can climb really well. They can reach about 3.5 meters in length. The old days they used to reach 4.5 meters. Very shy snakes, but do get quite humanized after some time. Yeah, you can see two Mambas which just look quite new at the park. Fast and furious. It's fast, it's furious. And that one's looking good. This one's going into shed mode. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to clean off that carpet.
Mamba madness, as they like to call it.
Because even the birds are laughing at us. Okay, you're watching my back, I hope.
I'm watching. What's this one below you?
Yeah. Always the secret of Mambas is
Shame, he wants to come back to his home.
don't move too quickly. They frighten easily, and once they're frightened, they bite. You'll see the heater pad underneath. That's to ensure that they don't freeze.
The
to
girth
death.
on that kill ball is insane.
Yeah. That snake can already eat a medium-sized rabbit. Okay, I'll give that carpet a wash on the next run. This time we're just going to brush.
Got them climbing up above us here, eh? Just watch. That one's upsetting him a bit. Watch, eh? You don't want a black mamba dropping on your head while you're cleaning its poo. You got your eye on the one below you.
Yeah.
Watch this one above you, this one, just don't want them dropping. All fast and furious here.
Almost done, yeah?
Just watch this one above you, eh? Watch. They'll have a stick.
You can take that.
Okay, this one is coming fast.
Okay, stand back. Oh, see Daisy. Kill Bill makes the other two look like teenagers.
Dwarfs.
Okay, so I'm done with the housing. Always important to check that the heater's working while you're doing that. I'll fold that puppy over so that it's supposed to go in there. And I'll close that up this afternoon. That goes to the washing machine. Okay, we are out of here. Turn off the quick snack.
Where's the third one? All together. Good day, folks. Today I'm going to break down the Black Mamba versus human video. Lots of people have requested that I talk about it. Lots of people even get a bit angry about it, saying it's a bad example. It's quite a complicated topic, and it takes many years to get the confidence level and to understand these animals enough to be able to do what I do with them. So I will go through the video and I'll talk about exactly what happens and where and how I can read the animal's behavior. So we'll start here where I find the Black Mamba out basking on top of this mound. And the first thing I do is I grab the tail. And now I've got a gauge. Depending on the length of the snake, I know the snake can turn around very quickly. Black Mambas are famous for being incredibly fast and agile. The snake is in shed as well, so you'll see his eyes are a bit blue. It makes the snake a little bit more aggressive sometimes because they obviously can't really see as well, and they do have quite good eyesight, the Black Mambas. So all I'm doing here is I'm gauging. So almost like a mongoose dancing around a snake, also trying to gauge the range. It's a similar thing that I'm doing here now. So I know
roughly, by estimating the lengths, by working with so many of these snakes, I can estimate exactly what the strike range is of the animal. And that's why I can move so nicely around it. To the viewer, it looks like it's incredibly dangerous, but to me, it's calculated risk. I see exactly what's going on. So the first part of this is all trying to gauge the snake's movement, see what kind of snake it is. Because remember, even though it's a black mamba, each black mamba in the species have a different personality. Just like humans have different personalities, animals have different personalities. And there's no difference even with the primitive animals like snakes. So I'm trying to gauge and work out what exactly the attitude of the snake is. Is it a one that wants to keep moving away? Is it one that wants to stand his ground? You can see now he's standing his ground now. Now he's happy, he's looking me in the eye. What I want to do next is I want to get my hand close. I want to move my hand in range to see what is it. You know, see, I touch him and he's not happy. Opening the mouth. When they open that mouth, that's a clear indicator that the snake's obviously nervous. It's a warning. It's quite a lethal warning because if you've ever experienced it, a black mamba opening that mouth and showing you the inky black mouth inside is intimidating for most animals on the planet. And obviously black mambas pack incredibly powerful neurotoxic venom. So a bite from a black mamba can kill animals the size of lions. So you got to be careful to always stay just outside of that strike range. And you'll see, if you look very closely, I'm always just outside of the range. So to the viewer on film, it looks like I'm in the range, but I can jump up in a split second and move away. And I'm continuously judging this animal. And because of all these years of working with them, I can analyze it better than the average person would. And that's why if you do not have the knowledge of free handling, it is obviously never recommended. But this is the ultimate way to connect with a primitive animal. And it takes years of commitment and understanding of snakes' movement. The same as a guy that walks into a camp with lions, or even if you guys that work with elephants, it's all the same. It's body language is very important. Us humans use language to communicate. Most other animals use their body language. And because we focus so much on language, we've lost our capability to read body language. And this is the ultimate art form of reading body language, is something like a snake who doesn't have eyes. So now you see, I'm going to try and get closer to Trump just to see if I can get him to focus on me again. He's trying to move off. See, actually gentle. Even though it's an aggressive, or known as an aggressive snake, they're actually not as bad as people think they are. If they're cornered, then yes. But if you leave them out in the open, they'll always try and move away. Okay, so I'm going to skip forward a bit, yeah? To where now the snake is fully focused on me. All its attention is on me now. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get him to focus on me 100%. So now when I have the snake by the tail like this and I'm pulling him back, I've got to be really focused because the snake is going to try and turn around. So my main aim here is to try and put my hand on the back of the snake, to show that even the most deadly animal like this, if you do the systematic movement just right, you go through the paces. So look, here comes the first attempt. I touch him, and you see that's a nervous reaction. That touch on the back of the head was a nervous reaction. He's not quite ready. So systematically, you've got to be really patient. I'm going through the paces. I'm in the safe range. I've worked out the range that he likes to strike. The snake sees me as a predator. He thinks I might want to eat him. But with patience and gentle approach, the snake will start to settle down, which is what's happening currently now. He's starting to relax. So now he's got still focused on me. You see he's now he's defending his tail. He's rolled himself up. He's now in full defense. He's abandoned the idea of moving off. Now it's just display and show that inky black mouth. And they've got very forward-facing fangs. So all you need to do is just touch you and you would inject the venom. Even though snakes control the amount of venom they inject, and they don't always inject venom, the black mamba is famous for loving to inject quite large quantities when they bite. So I'm aware of all of this, but still my movement is in a safe range. Even though to the viewer it looks like it's incredibly dangerous and that I almost got hit there, it's all very calculated, and I was actually never even close to getting struck that day or being hit. So now you see, now I'm starting to be able to stroke him on the body. This is a crucial point now. This way I can strike him like that and he takes it. Now he's still a little bit alert, but slowly but surely you can see I'm starting to win over his respect, and he's starting to settle down with my movements now a lot more. Just keeping his eye on me, just focused on me. It's a magnificent moment. It's almost like in your brain you enter an ancient trance-like state. It is almost unexplainable, but the focus for me and the snake is incredible. We both enter a realm of deep level of focus that I've never achieved in doing any other activity but something like this. We are both connected there, even though there's millions of years of evolution between us. In that point in time, there's a deep-rooted ancient connection, and we both feel it. I'm actually exhausted after doing a scene like this. I'm going to move a little bit forward to the second stage where I get you'll see I'll get my hand on the back of his head again. I'm just waiting here. The crucial key is to be patient and to treat them as an individual and not as a particular species. And I'm slowly putting in data on my head and feeling the snake. And still making a bit of hurt. You see that? Oh, not ready for me to touch him yet. Still a bit upset. Still warning me. So I'm going to skip a bit forward. Now I approach with a more gentle, and I'm lying next to him. He's relaxed. He sees like, oh, well, geez, this guy's been hanging around here for long. He hasn't actually physically hurt me. And all my movements have been quite gentle. So let's just see now. He's still very alert. Now you can see, this is now a big change. I'm actually able to pick him up. I'm just getting there. He's still not 100%. He's not trusting me 100%. I've got to continuously read the animal the whole time while presenting and talking about it. There we go. That mid-body grab is a big indication for me. Now he's starting to settle. You can see that I'm picking him up. He doesn't seem to be too freaked out by it. That is still dangerous stuff. I'll try it again. And you can see he wants to move away now. Now he's moving fast. He sees a window of opportunity to move away. And I'll do it again. And that was a big moment for me, to be able to pick up a black mamba like this. Not something you want to do every day. There's obviously a level of risk involved in it. But just that snake to allow me to do this and hang it over my neck like that. But still constantly have to be aware. You've got to remember this snake packs a tremendously potent neurotoxic venom. Which obviously, if he had to bite me, I would be in serious trouble. And here comes the moment now. After that handle, holding him like that, and all this effort and timing and risk in some way that I put in now all comes together here. For that snake to allow me to do that was a magical moment for me. One of my long life dreams to be. I always knew you can do it, but I knew I had to put in the years to be able to do it. And look at, now he's taking a scratch. It's unbelievable. He's not making a hood. He's not showing his mouth. He's now completely settled. Just taking a scratch. It was remarkable. And then just to think that something that's so primitive, you can work out in such steps and learn that body language so well that you can actually pull something like this off was remarkable. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked myself. I didn't think I was going to get to this level where I can come sit right next to him. The snake completely relaxed. It just shows you that nothing is really aggressive, truly. It's all defensive. And as humans, our problem is obviously fear. We fear everything. And so with knowledge, we can abolish fear. And this is exactly the reason I do this, is to show people that all these deadliest creatures, and I've saved thousands of animals over the years, this way I can really show people how magical they are. Yes, I can come in with a snake hook or a stick to come and catch it and so on, but I wanted to show that even as a modern man, I can link in such a primitive, ancient way with an animal that's not even in the same evolutionary tree as me, but yet we can connect so magnificently. And that snake's now completely relaxed. What I'm going to try and do now is I'm going to try and show that that if you use a stick, gently touch him, you'll see. Stroking him again, magnificent. I cannot believe it. So what I wanted to do then is demonstrate now that if you use a foreign matter now and bring it into the scenario, the snake is not crazy about it, like instantly angry again. Put the stick down, he showed me his mouth, and then instantly I can already see, I can feel the energy, I can feel the trust. Right there and then I can go back in again and look at this. Magnificently, he's right back to being gentle again. It's mind-blowing that you can connect like this. Look at that. That is a trance moment. and just gently rubbing him like that. We believe, look, this is the ultimate commitment. To let that snake go between my legs like that, at any moment he can bite me, it was literally a dream come true. And this is what my destiny on this planet is, to show that all these animals, from the creepiest to the most beautiful, they all have a role to play. And even though the black mamba is one of the most feared animals on this planet, if you approach it in the right way, systematically, and you understand the behavior and you put in the effort, it is actually a magnificently beautiful animal. And I love all of them, and I would never harm any creature. And that capability of being able to read their behavior only comes after many years of working with them. And the first time when I was a young child, I would never go and pick up a black mamba. Even though I loved snakes, I knew when that snake stood up tall and may open its mouth, it just generates the fear. But after all these years of working with so many of these most dangerous animals, I've worked out a formula. I've never been bitten by any of these snakes, and I've worked with almost all of the snakes at many snake parks and on game reserves. So if you understand the movement, you understand the behavior, and you understand the character within the species, then you can safely handle even the most deadliest animals without having to use any equipment. Just an ancient connection, which we as humans have lost. We've lost the way to connect through body language. So because of language, I feel we have neglected one of the most primitive and most important things, and that is body language. And that's what it all comes down to. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be breaking down some other videos as time goes on. Cheers.